Yo, what's poppin', everyone? Welcome to a brand new video. It's your boy Ego, and today I want to just give you guys a quick rundown on the best units to use on this new slime collection, slime collaboration demon mission, if you would say, boss mission, which is against what's the name? I keep forgetting the name of the character. It's IFRIT. Yeah, this guy right here. So basically, the best units you could possibly take for this mission would have to be Red Gother for your support. We're going to start off with Red Gother with his support. I'm going to give you guys a quick rundown on why it's the best to take him. Obviously, everyone knows what Gother does. Basically, what he does is he inflicts 180% damage on all enemies and seals attack for 2 turns. His rank up, which is really OP, and then his ultimate, which reduces the ultimate gauge by 3. That's really broken, and honestly, if you guys have King underneath him, you can inflict 400% damage instead of 350, and it reduces the ultimate gauge by 5. So this Gother would be the best unit for a support to take against Ifrit. He's a really good stalling kind of unit. So if you want to reduce Ifrit's ultimate gauge just so he doesn't like ult you, that's something that you can take into consideration. And it also comes in clutch with his rank up. That rank up is what basically comes in super clutch. Okay. The attack ceiling with his arrows, it's a weak move, but at the end of the day, if you could seal the attacks, I would say if it works. I don't think you could debuff him and stuff like that. You can't debuff him, you can't petrify him. So yeah, it's gonna be an all-out brawl against Ifrit. Now the best unit to take though, for dealing damage, etc., and getting rid of his buffs and debuffs, would be this slime Rimuru. Rimuru, whatever the name is. I'm having trouble like pronouncing the name. So basically what Rimuru does, make sure you get him to UR, obviously. Basically what Rimuru does is, for the first skill, removes buffs and stances of an enemy and deals 400% attack towards them. So removing the buff, really freaking clutch when it comes to demon raids. I'm pretty sure it's gonna come in super clutch for Ifrit. And it removes stance. So whatever stance Ifrit would take, it would remove it, so you don't get completely hakkai'd. You don't get completely destroyed. That's something that's really good about this slime form of Rimuru. Now the second skill is another clutch skill, which is the healing. The healing is amazing. Since you can't petrify, taking King wouldn't make much sense. For the second skill, Rimuru Slime heals all allies by 300%, as well as providing debuff immunity for 2 turns to each ally. So this is an all-around unit that skill for this unit that basically saves your units from debuffs. So if you were to get like any kind of debuff done to your team, this would remove it, as well as healing all of your allies by 300%. Really freaking good, if you ask me, and a clutch unit to take for the mission. I still have to get him to a UR or SSR for this matter, but that's just going to take a little bit of time. For the ultimate skill, it deals 630% damage towards one enemy and decreases their ultimate gauge by 3. So exactly what Gother does. All right, just with the ultimate gauge decreasing, removing the aura from the ultimate gauge by 3 is coming in clutch all the time, regardless of whatever anyone says. So if you have Gother and this one, you're basically going to be pretty freaking good. Okay. Then the passive skill, all allies recovers 5% of damage health at the start of each turn. So 5% of your health, you basically get it back just by every turn. So this Rimuru Slime would be really clutch to take for the mission. Alright, now the next unit I would say would be a nuker, which would be either Slater or any of the blue Dian. So it would be this Dian or this Dian. Alright, so for those two, I'm gonna go with the free-to-play Dian first, the one Sin of Envy. 1,000 Pebbles, first move, inflicting 360 damage to a target, seals attack skill for 2 turns. The ceiling is gonna come in clutch. Inflicting, which I don't think that even works though. Can somebody let me know if that actually works? Let me know. But I'm only telling you to take this unit just so you can nuke. Inflicting 250% damage to all enemies and applying burst, which increases damage done once the target has debuff. No wait, increases damage done to targets with buffs. Yeah, by 2. And then the ultimate, inflict 525% damage to all enemies, which is just power. It's just power. And if you have a fate unit underneath her, it would do 600% damage instead. So instead of 525, it'd be 600. So nuke. That's what this Dian basically does. And every turn for her passive, each turn she increases her own attack by 6%, and the max is 30%, so it multiplies by 5. So you know it can stack by 5. And then the other Dian, she's also a damage dealer, inflicting 450% damage to a single target, applying burst again with the whole increasing damage done with buffs by 2. Ultimate, not ultimate. The second one inflicts 360% damage to a single target, seals buff and debuff skills for 2 turns. So really clutch, because the seal of the buffing and the debuff, that's really freaking good. Okay, you guys will need someone to seal debuffs and buffs on your team. Inflict 560% damage to a single target, applies penetration, which increases penetration rate by 3. And then you have 640% damage to a single target. That's with Hauser though. So one good unit right here for nuking if you don't have the others. Which for this one, the passive, this character's the critical hit chance is boosted by its critical resistance. So I would say you can take this Dian as well if you need another nuker. And the next two, we have 2 more units, which are one of them that I don't have, which is the Demon Form Elizabeth. This is the one that I don't have, but can I see her? I can see her stuff. Cool. So Fire Breath, which inflicts 450% damage to a single enemy, applies Amplify, increasing damage by 30% for each buff you have. Then you have Cleanse, which is basically removing an active effect. It debuffs, Cleanser debuffs on all allies and applies Hardening, which is increasing patience rate by 10% for 2 turns that can stack for each debuff removed. And for the final, Rush Hawk, which is inflicting 700 damage to a single enemy. Alright? And it applies Rush, which ignores defense. And then if you have Meliodas as the Fate, I think it's Meliodas, inflicts 800% damage to a single enemy and applying Rush. Okay, so this would be another unit that you can take, this Demon Form, because she's a good nuker. Alright, I'll tell you that much. Applies HP increase by 10% for each debuff on characters. So this passive skill is basic. This unit is basically on buff and debuffs. That's what it's basically like focusing around. And then the final unit would be Kain. Now I've mentioned Kain before on Demon Raid, on my Demon Raid top list. Continuous Kick, basically inflicting 450% damage to a single enemy. Ignite, which is increasing damage by the target by 10%, which can stack and for 5 turns. Then you have the Flame Technique, which is cleansing an enemy's buff and inflicting 300% damage and ignite for 4 turns. And then the last, which is the ultimate Tornado Flame Fist, inflicts 210% damage to all enemies, apply weakness. Now, the reason why you're taking this unit is mainly because of his passive, which is Counter Power, which increases attack skills of all allies by 10% in Extermination. So, you're basically taking him as a 4th slot unit. So, your team would be Gother, the Slime Rimuru, one of the nukers as Slater, any of the blue Deanne, Demon Elizabeth, and then the last unit, which would be Kane, which because Kane boosts the unit's attack. All right, so that's basically the units that you can take for this demon raid. All right, that is the list. Hopefully you guys understand and use these units. There may be more units that I've not mentioned, but let me know in the comments below who I've missed. Obviously, I'm not gonna have every unit, or else this list will be forever and the video will be longer, which I've done for the other videos. It's not that long and I've not used all the units. But yeah, let me know who you can take if you guys have any extras that you guys can take. But as of July, which is when this mission is here, you can basically take these units as well as others that you guys probably could take as well that you probably know of. But let me know in the comments below. Anyway, guys, that's been the video. I hope you enjoyed. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, hit that that notification bell for notifications when I upload, and I'll see you guys in the next video. It's been your boy Ego. One love. Peace.